Hey guys, I have this tutorial for you today, some sort of acid spill zombie something, who knows. Yeah, just a quick easy one, just using cotton and latex and stuff. So keep watching. Contacts, camoeyes.com, white mesh, emerald green, just threw the combo together. Very zombie-ish, love these contacts, and everyone I know does. Yeah, so the link for those will be in the description. Next thing I'm doing is taking a wet brush with my black face paint and I'm just outlining the shapes I want on my face. So I already did half, I'm just mimicking this on the other side. And my lips glued together, that's great. Yeah, so I'll finish my mouth. This is just a vague outline, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then my eye. So you're just following around the shape of your eye and then dragging it up and down. And long lines or short lines. Okay, so next thing I'm doing is, this looks absolutely disgusting, this jar, but I just have a couple drops of water and then my liquid latex mixed in there, and then I just threw some cotton balls in there and stirred it around. So I got cotton balls that look like this, all stringy and full of like glue, and I'm just going to like paper mache those on my face in the shapes that I want, just on the inside of all those lines. So again, I'm doing some big ones and some small ones. Still rippable. As it dries, it gets harder to rip the cotton apart, but you can still rip pieces off to make the shapes that you want. So I'm just pressing down the ends so that it sticks, and then I'm going to go over it with my latex again after, so that piece is drying out. And then I'm just using pure latex to seal that. This piece has been sitting there for a while, so it's starting to dry. There we go. Kind of smudged up the face paint, but that's okay. It's hard to do on camera. That would be all messy. You don't want the latex to dry on your hands either, like what's happening to me, or this piece is just all going to stick to your hand instead of your face. So I'm just going to glue a bunch more on my face like this side, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so there's a close-up of all that cottony grossness glued to my face, and the shapes and everything. Avoid getting latex like super close to your eye. Where I have it's okay. And then where it's glued on my eyebrow, I have the latex on both sides, but not on my brow. Well, hopefully not on my brow, because it's really hard to get out of hair. Yeah, and then I have it going over my mouth, but the good thing about cotton is it stretches when it's wet, so it's going to stretch as far as I need it to while I'm talking, and then it will dry. So it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so next thing I'm doing is just going to take this like reddish purple face paint I have from my Monster Effects palette. Sorry, I'm really sick right now. There's going to be a lot of sniffling in this video. And just a thin brush. And I'm just going to paint all inside of those shapes, except not over the cotton, because the cotton is going to be green. So I'm just going to finish this one eye and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll start painting the other one once it's dry. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is take my maroon face paint, whatever you call that color, burgundy, dark purple red, and then just paint along the inside, just in certain spots near the outside edge. And then next thing I'm doing is taking this red color here, so it's like a dark red, and I'm just using that near the inside of my eye. So just skip over those white things glued on the cotton. So I'm just going to finish painting that and I'll show you what it looks like. There is a close-up of that, so just did it very sloppily. Next thing I'm doing is taking this fluffy eyeshadow brush with water and the black face paint, and I'm just dabbing that over my eyelid. Makes it nice and quickly. Covering my eyebrow with that too, because it was showing. And under my lid. So next thing I'm doing is taking my red eyeshadow that I use for like irritating the skin, that type of look. So it's a shimmery red. My lips are sticking together, I got latex on them. On a fluffy brush, and just dusting that all along the outside of the shape. Okay, so that is good enough. And then I'm just going to use, where'd it go? My pencil brush and the black, and just go over the outside lines again to make it nice and defined like this side. Okay, so there it is all painted in and re-outlined, so I just repeated the same thing to my mouth and just went over my lips with the black. So last couple things I'm going to do is just finally paint the cotton. So I'm using from that same Monster Effects palette, this like greeny sort of yellow there. And then this was another yellow in the palette that's kind of mixed with red, so it's like a barf yellow color. Yeah, so I'm just painting some of them that one color. And then some with the other. And same with my nose. So I'm just going to let that dry. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to finish this off by just adding some blood along the outside of those tissues. Just add fake blood anywhere. And then I'm going to dirty up my skin around all of this. Fake blood everywhere. I kind of smushed it out with my finger in some spots just to spread it around. There's the mouth. So for the rest of my skin, I'm just taking my cream face paint. This is like a really cheap one from, I think, like Party City or something a couple years ago. Cream face paint. They're pretty much all the same quality no matter where you get them from this time of year. You just gotta use them for the right things. If you're trying to paint your entire face with this cream face paint, it's not gonna work. But if you're just using it to make like gross skin and stuff, it works perfectly. So sometimes it is good to buy the cheap stuff. So I'm just using a stippling like little thing that usually comes with kits. And I'm just going to use the green and the yellow and just stipple that all over my skin. You guys can see that. Just around where all that stuff is I just put on in between. And then on top of all that, just dabbing some very pale yellow tinted foundation with my fingers. And then I think I'm gonna do a couple like little cracks down my face. I guess I will just use, what color do I do? I can do black, I guess, so just with that same brush I've been using all day. I'm gonna do some thin black lines extending from here. This is hard to do right now. A lot of you guys have been asking on my videos about doubling up contacts. I really can't recommend doing it. I do it in all my videos because my vision's so bad that I won't be able to see with just the contacts, and I've like worn them out like this before. And I don't have any problems with it, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably really bad for your eyes. So I can't recommend doing it, but as for like side effects or like anything really dangerous happening, you'd probably have to Google it or ask a doctor or something like that. I don't know the long-term effects. But I already have bad vision, so how much worse can it really be? Usually I think with like contacts and stuff, if you start getting a headache, that's like a bad sign for wearing contacts too long, or if it's like hurting your eyes or straining them. So if that happens to you, then it's probably time to stop wearing them. Most times when I wear these contacts, I only wear them for like less than an hour anyways, because I'm doing all these like tutorials and stuff. But if you're wearing them for a night out, it should be fine as long as it's under 6 hours. And then I'm going to take this red here as well and do a couple more small ones. And then to make these like less noticeable, I'm just gonna go over them with that same stippling brush and the foundation just to blend those lines in. So I'm just going to finish that up and I'll show you what the finished look looks like. Okay, so dirtied up pale skin with all those little lines in it that I just blended out with my finger, and foundation. Didn't work too well in some spots. Still needs fixing, but yeah. And there's close-up of what the eyes look like and everything. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't know what to call it. I'm sure I'll come up with something random for the title. Yeah, so thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos.